All right, says we are live. What's good, y'all? Elite Conversations. My boy J Rock, what's cracking, man? What's good?
Hey, shit, man. Hanging out. Another one. keeping the consistency there. We have to do it. And think we got some more interesting things to talk about. Life is still lifing, still going crazy.
Life is
Lots of issues going on. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. For sure.
Yeah. So we back. Definitely here to talk about some stuff that we came across. A few posts that we saw, at least from kind of what we just posted earlier today, yesterday. Going crazy. Appreciate you guys showing us love. Holla back to everyone who's been following us as we go through this journey to call out this racist ass bullshit that be going on in the world.
Tons of it. Tons of it. It's starting to get unbearable. A lot of it is just cringeworthy. And I don't understand why it goes like that. But we're here to talk about it.
Yeah, and I feel like at this point, it's just time. Kind of allowing ourselves to just sit back and allow things to just go on. It's kind of just not our style. You feel me? We like to call out the bullshit, and so of course that's what we're gonna do here on this platform. Yeah, it is. So
it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's just gonna happen.
Yeah. So yesterday we were talking about this young lady. I think by the name of her name is Shiloh Hendrix. You feel me?
Is that her name?
Yes, Shiloh Hendrix is this young lady's name. But the young lady had a lot to say about an autistic black child. I want to keep saying that an autistic black child.
All right? 5 is a child, bro. Yeah. 5 years old is definitely a child.
Yeah, so she's tripping, calling a 5-year-old child the N-word, which I don't think is pretty. I think that's pretty deplorable.
Yeah, nothing.
You gotta be a despicable human being.
You gotta be diabolical, out of your mind type of person, ignorant, all of that, to just go there with a child. Even if you go there with a grown person, that's pretty wild. But when you get to the child level, that's the lowest of the lows. Because a kid, a 5-year-old don't know. So, yelling out the N-word to a 5-year-old, they're looking at you like, what? Yeah. So you gotta be a pretty low person to go those lengths.
Yeah, man. And I think, to go out of your way and double down on it, and make it the issue that you made it to where now you go viral. And of course, everyone supporting the GoFundMe and that goes viral, right? Because, America supports racists. That's so
what they do.
Of course, that's what they're gonna do, whatever, right? So of course, us, we're gonna call it out.
Yeah.
Naturally. It's not right.
I got something to say about it.
Yeah, it's not right.
Every time.
But we're gonna call it out. So we go out of our way to call things out. And of course, there are people who are just racist. And I've been seeing people try to act like we're tripping. Like racism doesn't exist, like there aren't racist people.
Like we're making this up
right now in 2025.
Like this is a made up thing.
So I wanted to take some time out to show you guys the racist that we talk about all the time. So
they're really here.
Yeah, just give me a second to pull this up real quick because I got receipts.
They're here.
All right, sure. I got receipts. You feel me? Let's zoom in right here. All right, boom. I hope y'all can see that. Yes, you can. Great. All right. So look, this was a post right here where they're talking about woman caught on camera spewing racial slurs receives thousands of donations. All right. This is Fox 11 Los Angeles right here. All right.
Wow.
Reputable news source. Okay. Let's go. So look, right there, Brandon B, top fan, of course, because I fuck with Fox 11 Los Angeles News. You dig?
Right.
All right. So boom, right there. America supports racists. Period.
I love the comment personally.
Period. Straight to the point. Boom. Right there.
I like it. Enough with the dancing around it. That's even because that's what's going on.
That's
guys are acting like it's not there. when it's really there, that's dancing to me.
Hey, they supported her. That's all I'm saying. This is right here. We got the metrics. They supported her.
Just saying.
She got the money, whatever, right? Boom. So what does that say? That means that Americans support racists.
I mean,
right?
if you spend money on it.
Somebody got enough to give her 500K of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like support to me.
Word. So let's see what the first comment says. All right. Let's go all the way though. Let's go here, right? Because I want to make sure that you guys understand the context here, because sometimes, you know, they try to hide comments because that's what the algorithm will do, right? It'll try to suppress the real comment that people are trying to say. All right, look at this. Over 223 replies. Okay, just off of this statement, right? 566 likes. Okay, so people responding to this, they said, "Nah, I feel what this brother's saying right here," and they went ahead and hit the like button.
Because it's not a lie. It's the truth. You know, I think it's pretty truthful.
All right. So first comment right here, Juan Ignacio, right? Juan. He said, "Yup, just like the Jigaboo." All right,
that's
the Jigaboo who stabbed the white kid who got $500,000 and is walking around.
That is let's just go with this the word Jigaboo. That's another racial slur. You know what I'm saying? That's like me saying Peckerwood. Right? Is that fair? So, I mean, now it becomes a comparison thing where you're trying to compare one thing to the other thing. Like, oh, well, this kid got that. Once again, if we go where we started at, we said a white lady speaking to a black child.
With autism.
With autism. That has nothing to do with two kids, same age, that got into an altercation, which was one of our previous topics.
Who was getting jumped?
Who was also that has nothing. That's not even the same thing. It's not even the same. Not even in the same realm. But
this is
how it gets looked at and perceived and made out to be when it's not that.
This is the mind of the racist.
Yes, they don't see anything but color. They see white or black. There's no in between. There's no. If you're a white man and something happens to you and it came from a black man, you're gonna feel however you feel about it, which is fine to do. But it's the other things, the wording and the statements and the shit that comes after that. You know what I mean? That makes us feel the way we feel about it. Like that was kind of racist, man.
Right.
You know?
And of course,
that was kind of racist.
We're here trying to deal with this, right? Like, of course, like we're getting it the same as everyone else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like whatever's happening, we're catching it the same just as everyone else, right? So we're here just taking it. And then we also have to take it from these fools on the internet who are talking crazy. Juan Ignacio. Let's see this guy again, right? There he is right there. Look at him. A Jigaboo. You see this?
That's another racial slur. That's crazy.
Right there. All right.
Wow.
Juan Ignacio. Look at this guy's profile. Of course, he's a fake account.
Right. Can't even stand up on what your real statements are, bro, because you don't even have a real account. Hey, and I get it. I get it. It could be pure bullshit, but that's still somebody white, whether that's the real person or not, sitting behind a computer typing.
Bruh.
So you're you're still a racist. You're still a racist. It doesn't, it doesn't change it. It's just, you're not put your face behind the John and really stand on what you got to say and how you feel. Is what I'm saying. That's just where the things go left for me. Because we're two black men sitting here. We're not even on no comments. This is our face. Live stream, podcast, all of that.
Easy to find.
We're standing right here.
Reputable human beings
stating the issues that we see going on in life. And we're not racist. No, we're not racist. I got plenty of white friends. You know what I mean?
Bro.
I don't even talk that way. I don't even, I know the racial slurs. I'm aware of what they are. But even in an angered state, I'm still not using those slurs to disrespect somebody. So once again, going back to the main point, this is a grown woman talking to a 5-year-old kid. So if you talking to a 5-year-old kid like that, that just means you talk like that all the time.
I mean,
that's just what I can chalk it up to.
It's pretty straightforward.
I don't know.
This is a child, regardless, circumstances, whatever. There's no point to go out of your body and call somebody something like this and think that's okay.
That's the
that's just off top. Second of all, though, it's racist as hell.
That's the main part.
That
might actually be the first of all.
You know what I mean? So it's like okay, cool. Now we got doubles, right? We got, all right, you're being racist and you're also being like totally ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, and you're doing that to a child, and that child also has a mental health disability.
So,
I mean, come on, man.
That's too far.
Is this really where we at?
This is going too far.
And we got people, like I said, like Juan Ignacio
that agree that's okay.
Saying that's cool
because you're comparing
a white kid got stabbed in an altercation.
Nah.
All right, so let's continue, right?
Can't even compare though.
Brandon, G says, Brandon, actually, America supports murderers. He's trying to talk about Carmelo Anthony. You're not funny. Not funny, right?
Okay, so America supports murderers. What does it have to do with
Jacob Ibada? All right. Okay, Jacob Ibada is over here saying this.
Strange.
All right. These are the people who are talking crazy in the comments, man. He's lucky I don't click on his profile and try to
really
look up
fire
his face.
him up, huh? Because it's probably not there.
Next comment from Lucas Comocini. Whatever, no one likes ends around the world. Ape. All right.
Wow.
This is
worse.
What this guy said. Okay. These are the racists that are in the comments, and no one the algorithm isn't even taking these guys out and reporting the comments. Ends.
I wish I could ask him. What do you say it? What are you referring to when you say ends? You put ends. I hope like capitalized. What are we? If that's what you getting at, bro, say it. You might as well at this point. Even the fact, even calling black, calling you an ape, that's a racial slur, bro. Still
insanity, bro.
That another racial slur. It's wild.
We're living, like I said, in like this catch me if you can bread man game.
That's weird,
where they wanna hide behind free speech. They want to say, oh, we want free speech. No, you just want to be able to say the N-word to black people and not get in trouble for it.
Because you think that's a thing.
That's what y'all really want.
You think that's okay.
You think it's okay, and it's not. Because guess what? We and our ancestors, bro. You say N-word to me, I'm punching you in your face.
And I'm on some other time. I'm on a whole nother type of time with that, man. Seriously.
I'm not my ancestors, my boy. You call me the N-word, it's up.
I'm not gonna just take it and just, oh dang, man.
All right.
Oh man.
You do it from a fake account.
Dang, you called me the N-word.
Lucas, okay, from Uruguay. All right. This is a dude from Uruguay. He's not even American.
Not even from out here.
This is what he's saying.
So is it fair to say it's not just in America?
Bro,
it might just be in the world. It's just a world.
White supremacy is global. We know this. People try to act like we crazy. It's a mindset, bro. It's ideology.
Yeah.
It's an attitude.
This is what has been built.
Colonizers. They not like us, nigga.
Right.
I try to tell you.
Try to learn. Try to learn you.
Kendrick tried to tell y'all didn't hear him, man. All right. So look, we continue, bro. It's more racist. I got racists all day, bro. This dude talking about I never knew about racism growing up till I met some Democrats. These are the type of people we dealing with, man.
What does that even
name of this guy, Brandon Walton.
What does that even mean?
Bruh. Hey man, hey Brandon, I really think you should probably not be making these type of comments, bro. And you got your whole job occupation on Facebook, man.
Like what?
I'm just gonna tell that to you right now, bro. You probably shouldn't do that, my boy.
That's a terrible statement.
Idiot.
yeah. Jackass.
Surprise, right? You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
You feel me? So I responded. I said, I'm not. Everyone else commented is. Do you not understand sarcasm, you idiot?
tripping. He start tweaking.
Feel me? I be having to tell motherfuckers, bro. See, now look at this next comment. Well, after all you people have always been known to be thieves, I guess you start them off young, huh?
What? What's
El Carlos, all right? El Carlos, look at this fool.
Wow, this is getting worse.
I'm telling you, man, when I try to tell people
this is getting worse, man.
The racists are not just white, people think I'm tripping, man. I done dealt with Mexicans who was racist. I done dealt with Asians who was racist. I done dealt with Nigerians who was racist. It's just a lot of people don't like Black Americans. We get it, bro.
African Americans is in the gym.
Like, we get it from every side, not just one. That's all I'm saying, bro.
It's all over the place.
You feel me? Like, we got to deal with dudes like this Juan Carlos type dude, man. Pissing me off, bro.
And as a statement, it's not even,
bro.
Statements is not even good statements,
bro.
Like
after your people have always been known to be thieves.
Like, okay.
Fake narrative, fake news.
Like, okay.
So then some lady
saying anything at the
Shara Glazier should be glazing white supremacy.
Fired her shit up, huh?
Hey,
fired up.
She says that my comment was an ignorant comment.
How?
Right?
How so?
So I responded. I said, explain to me why. And then somebody came through and read her. You feel me? It's a long comment. We ain't got to read all that. It's not what we're doing here. But we calling out the racists for saying
that was wild.
How could that be ignorant? When we know that racists are being supported, they gave $500,000 to that racist woman who talked down on a Black child with autism. I'm gonna keep saying that so y'all can really understand.
5 years old. I got a 5-year-old, so I know. 5 years old.
Yeah, but Zoe ain't gonna let you call her no.
She gonna come let me know something.
Yeah, she gonna come tell her daddy, and it's gonna be up. You feel me? What the fuck is wrong with you?
For sure.
All right. So look, the next comment from Mike or Renata. I don't know,
whatever.
Like that kid who stabbed the white kid.
He's still back on that.
People definitely showing their racism and proud of it, donating thousands.
Still trying to compare. There's no compare. This is two different.
Bro, they so mad.
They're two different things.
They so mad that we support Carmelo.
Why would we not?
Because
we're not supposed to.
Apparently, we're not pro self-defense these days, right? I guess we just supposed to let people just jump us and do whatever. And if I got a weapon on me, then I ain't supposed to.
I'm not supposed to use it, and I'm also within that not supposed to sit here on our platform and support our Black people. We're not supposed to do that.
It pisses me off, bro.
That's crazy. I can't believe that's a thing. I can't believe that's like people really, like, and they're trying to compare it. It's like there's two different situations,
right?
Completely different,
right?
But
so I mean, you can see just
I don't know,
the overall sentiment here. Because I keep going, because it's a lot of comments, man. It's over 500 comments or something like that with these people, bro.
Right.
But I just wanted to bring this up because I thought it was important to make it clear that, like, when you're speaking on real shit and, like, you're bringing up real issues, like, and you're willing to speak on it and use your platform to do that, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to try to take you off of your path.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of backlash.
And it's going to be a lot of racist motherfuckers in the comments who got a lot to say. But you cannot allow that shit to deter you from your goal and your destination.
Stay the course. Just stay the course.
And that's what we on, man. Because Elite Media, we ain't bought. We are independent media source, bro. We do what we want to do here. And we're going to talk about the stories that need to be talked about.
And I honestly don't think you could bias personally. And if you do, we gonna still say what the fuck we need to say.
Yeah.
If you do, that's gonna be part of the bingo. Like I'm saying what I want to say.
It's gonna be
saying
what
needs to be heard.
That's gonna be had, and understanding that we ain't here to just talk for our health.
You ain't gonna just hand us some bread and then it's like, oh, we control the narrative and what you guys want to talk about. That's not gonna never happen here.
Nah. We trying to make a real type of like push with this, where it's not just something that's just easy or that we could just talk about. That ain't gonna be something that's real.
Right. You know gotta make sense. You know.
Yeah. Like I just we're not here to make content just to make it. Like I see a lot of you guys doing that, and it's very like lame, bro. There's too much stuff going on for you guys to be speaking on that and pushing that narrative forward and using your platforms for good and raising awareness, because if you don't, these white media platforms are not going to do it, fam.
They're not going to talk about anything that has anything to do with us.
They're going to control their narrative. They're going to say what they want to say.
And if it do got to do with us, it's the narrative of making us look the way that they perceive us.
So don't play with elite media, nigga.
And that's just what it's gonna come. That's just what it's gonna come down to. Bro. That's just what it comes down to.
Bro, like we here for it all, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Time for this, bro. Like
it's crazy.
People playing games, man, with the squad, and you got to understand that like this is something that we're doing with a conscious effort to make awareness happen.
You know, because that's the start. That's a start. You know.
Facts.
I ain't saying we're gonna sit here and we finna just change the whole narrative. No. But if you're made aware of some things, you may move a little different. People move, if you kind of know. Granted, there's some people probably don't give a fuck, and they're gonna continue to do what they do. But if you have some sort of awareness because you heard something, and I would like to look at us as a legitimate source.
Oh yeah.
So if you've heard it, your awareness has been risen a little bit. You probably won't do things the same way that you're doing. Right. If you really are a conscious person and you really give a fuck, then it's like, damn, well, I heard that. So let you not do certain things. Or spend it.
Yeah.
I don't,
at the end of the day, like,
we just want you to be aware that this type of shit is still going on in America.
Right.
It's never not been going on. This is not new, but it's just, for the people that think like, oh, it's not like that. You guys are taking it too far, or you guys aren't looking. No, we're looking at it the right way. We're definitely looking at it the right way.
Yeah.
Because there's no 5-year-old that should be called anything.
Right.
Especially a racial slur.
Right.
Coming from a whole nother race.
Yeah. Because we're here for not only just to like make sure that we're doing what we have to do, but like we're also here to make sure that our children are protected.
Part of it. That's a big part of it.
Like if we're gonna be able to cohabitate in spaces together, we have to know that our children are not getting called N-words. Like
I'm just saying.
Like how crazy is that to say? Like, yo, I go to the playground, I want my kid to play and be, have fun. Yes,
and just
exactly.
be cool.
Just be cool. I don't want to have to be on edge, worried about some parent. If something happens between our children, they're gonna call them the N-word.
Why is that a thing?
Come on, man. Grow up.
Seriously.
Like, there's no way. Like, there's no way that makes any logical sense to anyone. Where it's like, yo, like I really have to like deal with this, bro, with a child, a 5-year-old child.
I'm not saying that it's any better for grown up, grown up to grown up.
Yeah.
But that's a grown up dealing with a grown up. This is a kid that don't really, 5-year-olds still learning right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? Still figuring out the world for themselves.
Word.
Brain still developing, and it's like a 5-year-old hearing the N-word, but it came from a white lady.
Yeah,
it's like
aggressive manner.
In an aggressive manner. That's crazy.
Very like traumatic.
That's a traumatic kind of setup for a 5-year-old.
You're dealing with that, and then on top of that, you're also in a protected state as a parent, right? So both these things are happening all at the same time.
Yeah.
And then you're also dealing with the racist element as well. So there's gonna be an emotional
attachment to the situation.
Yeah. And of course this person is doubled down. So it's like, oh,
you don't even give a fuck. You think that that's right? Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, this is getting out of hand.
You become someone different.
Right.
And I think at this point, like when I just be looking at it from that perspective, I think there's also other layers to this where it's like there's a protection part where it's like,
yeah, definitely.
All right, like we got to know that our children are going to be safe in these spaces because we already know how the school system is with the teachers and how they treat Black children. So
yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Like we know that, bro. Like young Black boys and teachers, it's a whole study behind
whole
that.
thing. Yeah,
you feel me?
It is.
So it's like I think once you start to kind of understand that like this is a systematic thing and like you're just trying to like live freely at a playground with your child, that's a place that I shouldn't have to be.
I shouldn't even be thinking about racism.
No fucking politics, bro. Like
shouldn't even be a thought.
Like that should be
because if you look at it, we all got kids or somebody, you know, nieces, nephews, somebody that you would protect in that situation.
Right on.
No matter what color you are. So it's just like, why even press that? Yeah. Because, why even press that? That's a sick line to press, man.
It's a serious like situation because someone could really have gotten hurt.
Yeah.
If it was, maybe someone who wasn't as like, emotionally controlled.
Yeah.
And maybe somebody might have lost their cool and like a lot could happen.
Choked out.
Right. So
choked out.
Yeah. So when I see kind of like what's the setup with like, okay, now we're dealing with like, people who are trying to tell us to not be reactive, right? And saying, no, like it's just a word, man. Like you guys gotta chill. Like
I wouldn't have to react if you didn't say it. So if it's just a word and it's just that simple, don't say it. Yeah.
No, but this also what they say. Yeah. They also say, "Oh, Black people say so once y'all stop saying anything."
Listen to how that sounds, bro. Because I can say it. I can say it. I'm Black,
bro. The cadence of it is not even the same, bro. Like it's a cultural difference that you're mad you don't get to have.
So stop trying to be a part of my culture, and you'll be fine. Be a part of your culture. You want to be so in the culture? Is that what you're saying? So you want to be so in the culture that you feel like I can say the N-word because we in the culture too.
They can't help themselves, bro. They want so much control over us and our bodies and what we do, our intellectual properties, bro. Anything. Wow. They want to be able to control what we say, how we live, and then at the same time, they also want to blame us for every fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's a weird scenario to be in, how you're jealous of us, but then at the same time you also look down on us. Like I don't get it.
Why would you be jealous of somebody that you look down on? I'm not gonna. People are usually jealous of people that they look at as better than them,
right?
Or doing better than them, or,
right?
But if you're looking at us, you're looking down on us,
right?
Then why would you be jealous of somebody you look down on? That doesn't make sense. It's strange. It's very, very.
It's a slippery ass slope.
Yeah, it's very strange.
And we deal with some weird ass shit, but it's like that's why it's like as a platform, as a community, we gotta stand 10 toes because we gotta represent for motherfuckers who upstanding individuals who not going for the fuck shit.
Not going for the bullshit.
You feel me? Because it's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of people out here who willing to sell it, willing to do whatever to get it, and not stand for nothing.
Right.
And so I think at this point, you feel me? I like the fact that a lot of this is coming out, and we're also seeing a lot of people showing their cards.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, you feel me? If you was a coon, or if you was a sellout, or if you was a Uncle Tom, like it's showing right now.
Yeah.
You feel me? And the way that you responding, and the way that you going about expressing yourself. And so we could weed you out. You know what I'm saying? We know who's on our side and who not. And we're finding that out, bro. And that's what I like the least about this time.
It's happening quickly. Mm-hmm. with every, because there's a lot of people in the world. There's gonna be an issue.
Right.
Every other minute, second, however you want to put it.
Word.
It's gonna be some kind of issue. Now, whether it goes viral or comes out, we don't know. But for the ones that have, there's a lot of it's sickening, but there's a lot of Black people that don't probably agree with us. And it's like,
hell yeah.
What do you mean?
Help me understand.
You don't agree with what I'm talking about? I don't know.
No, man. Because
that kid shouldn't have been doing. It's on the kid. It's on the 5-year-old to not do. Like, come on. That don't even.
They were saying
come on,
kid stealing and all types of stuff. It's just like,
so it's on the kid.
Yeah, it's always something, bro.
It's on the kid.
You feel me? It's never just like we messed up. We might have overreacted. My bad. Whatever. It's just always like no accountability.
Yeah.
And we should be able to do what we want and say what we want.
Oh, well, if that kid didn't do that, then I wouldn't have to say what I gotta say. What?
Like, all right,
well,
bro.
You stated that. What is that? What did that help? All you did is say the N-word to a 5-year-old. It didn't It didn't change. It didn't. What did it change?
It literally, like I said,
they got people hot at
something spiritual inside that person that makes them feel so like. I
can say that. Yeah, I can say it. I gotta say it.
Actually. Yeah, it's in them. They want to say it so bad, bro.
It's weird, bro.
And you feel me? Against a 5-year-old child with autism who is black,
who probably ain't gonna even have much of a reaction because they don't. He don't know, or it's a kid.
Yeah, they don't know no better, bro. And so we dealing with that.
That's still a thing, guys. Still a thing,
bro. Like
in 2025, still a whole thing.
Like a whole faction of motherfuckers who have literally like become so infatuated with this story, bro. And it's so weird because like it doesn't make sense, bro. Like why people would take her side, bro. And
that's so confusing. Like, so confusing.
Fuck off on a child, bro. Like, like so how confusing. Is this possible? Like that y'all just cool with this shit? Like
it's very, very confusing. I don't understand it.
We live in a very like weird time, man. Where of course, like now there's a new conversation, of course, that stems from which is about kind of like what's the next steps from this, right? So we're gonna go and we're gonna look at this video real quick, just so we can kind of get some commentary, you know what I'm saying, to understand this and see at least just some different perspectives on kind of like the aftermath, right? Of what goes on and how people are kind of receiving what's been happening, right? So this is from my brother Philip Scott. Great brother, has a really cool YouTube channel. Also has his own media company as well, and he talks on a lot of these issues. So he put this video together. So y'all take a look.
People, let's check this out.
At this point, when you have two kids that can't agree on anything, they always constantly bickering and fighting and arguing, what do we normally do? You separate. Segregation might be the best way, might be the best course of action at this point.
All right, so that's right off the rip, right? Like that's what he's feeling, right? Is you feel me? There's two, right? Yeah. Analogy, right? Two kids who are constantly bickering and going back and forth, right? Arguing, whatever. And usually, most times, what do they do? You gotta separate the kids. Keep them away from each other. Maybe something will happen
until it dies down, or you figure it out. Right,
whatever, yeah. Right? Yeah. So that's what this brother's saying. What you think, Jay?
I hear him, but I just wouldn't fully go segregation off the rip. Although I would be with that, it's just I wouldn't go that far off the rip, like not just right away. But I can see how that would be beneficial for actually both sides of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For black kids growing up around black kids, you're not gonna. Or that's the scenario we just stated. You're never gonna hear that.
Word.
And if you hear, you'll hear it, but it's like a black person saying it is much different than a white person saying it, Mm-hmm. So it's like if it's somebody black mama saying it to the 5-year-old running around,
Word.
I'd still be on some like, hey, chill out. But it's like at least she black,
right? Right.
And I don't think she means it in a derogatory feel. She just like, little nigga, stop.
Yeah.
Versus, because it's just white people. It's just something that's not supposed to be stated. So right. So it makes it different. That's how I would say it. So I mean, I can see it being beneficial on that angle, like the verbiage and the things that get stated to kids and all of that, and in a school setting, yeah, cool. And then for the white people, you know, however they do what they do and how they live, you know, you kind of keep them separate. But I don't think we're ready for that to go like that at this present time. But I agree. I probably say I agree with him about 80%, 75, 80%.
Yeah, right there. All right, so let's continue. Let's see what else he got to say.
Camelo was sitting by himself under the tent. Not by himself, but with others, of course. Conveniently, the white boys came out from another tent. Eyewitnesses corroborate this. They do. Come over to the tent, tell him to leave. They start jumping on him, punching him, all that stuff. Put out a knife, poke him. Life goes on, people. It goes on. To those of you who are on the inside, that are my color, you go on over there. Stay there. Don't try to come back. We don't want you.
All right. So he's saying choose a side, you know.
And I think that alludes to what you
know, if you know, whatever, like, you know, if you're trying to make false equations, right, between a black child being berated for no reason and an altercation between, you know, a black kid and a white kid, like, which, you know, technically wasn't really about race even to begin with. It was more a personal issue.
Right.
Then, you know, you can do that. You can make your false equations. Sure. That's easy, right? But, like, if we're looking at the facts, like, these are totally different situations. And
they don't even sound alike.
Right. And this one is 100% racist. Like, there's no denying it. Like, this is exactly what this is. Like, it gets no more racist than calling a black person in. So, you know, like, that's pretty straightforward. With the, you know, Carmelo situation, there's a lot of layers to that. And I think, like we were talking about earlier, the media has a way of shifting the narrative into kind of what they want it to be. So instead of it being about, you know, two young boys who got into an altercation, which happens all the time.
It just became racial.
Boys, you know what I'm saying?
It just became racial.
It became racial because it was a black kid and white. You know, but
I think I said that on the last bingo, or when we were talking about that. If that was two white kids, we wouldn't. This wouldn't even been on the news.
Nice.
If it was two black kids, it definitely wouldn't have been on the news. So I don't, you know, I'm just saying.
Right. So let's continue. Let's see what this brother.
And in truth, white folk really don't either. Truthfully, they don't really trust. One thing I can say about them that I kind of like is they don't trust turncoats. Their own people and you. And to you Hispanics that think you this, you stay over there too. Let's just separate. I mean, why not? I'm cool with it. It's just hilarious to me that when I saw the posts that them two twins made, showing guns and like that, flashing guns, I wish a monkey would show up at this track meet, flashing a little Glock with a little light on and shit, and another little small AR pistol. That's so funny that y'all tell us not to make it about race, but you do all the time. All the time. Y'all made this about race. So guess what we're doing? Following suit. So just like you stand with your folk, which is what you're supposed to do, nobody fault y'all for that. Nobody. Stand your ground. Do that. We're going to stand with our people too. Period. You publicly display your unity. I'm publicly, and we are publicly displaying ours.
Yeah.
You get my point? Just don't put us. Leave us alone. We don't want to be around y'all no way.
All right. So, I mean, you know, at least on that side where it's talking about the public display, right? And like putting our support behind our people.
Yeah. That's the thing. That has to happen.
Pretty straightforward.
That has to happen.
Yeah. Like I feel like we've neglected our community as far as like maybe, you know, being a little thinking more so for ourselves individualistically than like the community and like kind of how we can move as a unit.
And that's understood. I can see why, but it's like times like this and issues like this, it becomes very evident that we gotta get behind our people.
Right.
We have to.
Right.
In any instance, it has to happen. We gotta get. I know we keep saying it and we beating it through your heads at this point, but we gotta get on one accord. In some way. I don't know how to. I wish I could figure it out myself and everybody just rolled with it, but It's not like that. But once again, it's the raising of awareness. We're raising the awareness that, hey guys, in our lifetime, for anybody that's around our age or younger, we're gonna have to at some point be on the same page.
Right. We need to make sure that as we're doing that, we're establishing these different factions of independence, right? Yeah. And like that's a key component of why we're doing this. Like we ain't asking nobody for shit. We said if we're gonna do something, we gotta create it. And so we created this platform to be able to have our alternative and be able to say what we want to say
freely. There's no nobody's telling me to say this. You've never seen either of us read off no script, no prompter, nothing. It's all out of my brain. It's all out of his brain.
Right. And of course, you know, the ideas are out there in the world, right? But our goal here is to curate that in a way to where we bring it to y'all, and then y'all can go out and spread it to where you gotta spread it to. You feel me? Because that's a big part of this shit is like the community aspect and like building a community around what we already like have built over this time. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just we consistent. So it's about to just get crazier because this shit is just gonna grow like ridiculous. So of course now it's like now the goal is to make sure that we attacking this shit in the right way and we raising awareness for the right things. You know what I mean? And making sure that we doing our part.
And I think this is a good one. I don't think we've missed. Never. As far as as the topics we talking about, I don't, because this is probably stuff people ain't heard about,
Facts.
So it's good to hear these things, and it's good to know that, hey man, we're still facing racism. It's not. It may be a little more quiet and dumbed down these days, but there are people that still jump out of their body and let us know from time to time, like, hey, y'all still inward, y'all still the inward, and that's how we feel about it. We don't care.
Yeah, they have made it pretty clear about how they want to go about it and the ways that they've been bringing these conversations up and kind of feeding it slowly, right? We're slowly feeding it to us to get us at least warmed up to the thought of it, right?
Right.
So I think what a lot of people are doing, they're trying to get ahead of it, right? So they're thinking about, oh, well, maybe we do got to segregate. I don't know, right? But at the end of the day, I think what's happening is it's shifting that focus off of them. Like I stated, you feel me? Like all this shit is just distraction tactics because we already know real shit is happening. They ain't talking about it.
Right. And the goal is to get it to happen under our nose, and we not even be paying attention to it because we worried about a bunch of other bullshit instead of worrying about what affects you daily. You know what I mean? Not to even. I can put it on. I can just say this like. Everybody focus on the fucking Diddy case. What the fuck do that got to do with what you do daily?
Man,
he going down or he not going down? That's him. That's that own man's situation. But how does that have anything to do with a situation like this? It don't.
He gotta hold that.
He gotta do that for him.
Right.
And because the situation is the way the situation is, it's kind of hard to get behind. Like, as a black person, I want to get behind him, but it's like Diddy, But something like this that's very visible, the two topics we talked about, the white boy and the black boy, and then the white lady. I can get behind those. Right. You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool, because those make more sense. We don't know what the fuck they was doing. We don't know.
And we detail. A lot of y'all really just be out here talking.
Yeah.
And from our perspective, like our goal is to not just be out here speaking on stuff that we don't know.
If I don't know, I'm gonna be probably the most quiet or closest to it.
Diddy is a celebrity, man.
Right. That's a whole different. Like, that's a whole different realm.
He's all right. Like he'll be fine.
He'll figure it out.
He'll be able to pay the lawyers whatever he got to do. But at the end of the day, when we talking about real stuff that's going on in the real world, that's the stuff that we need to be bringing to the table.
Like the little boy, the black boy, Carmelo.
That could be
he wouldn't have been
anybody.
He wouldn't have been able to pay out no lawyers for a substantial amount of time.
Right.
We gotta worry about shit like that.
He would have to deal with the trauma.
You get what I'm saying? Right. Somebody like Diddy got enough money to do whatever the fuck it is that he needs to do to either beat that case, lose that case, whatever. But something like that will get all the press in the world, and everybody's looking over there. But where your eyes should be at, your eyes ain't, because you right up under your nose. You just, oh, did he? Oh, this did. Oh, no. This is two separate instances that have happened. Where one race may not be as potent, but the little boy and the white lady race is the most potent piece of the setup. Nice. That's why we're talking about it. That literally drove the whole thing. Like, so her, initiating it, calling him an N-word. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like that's something that we should be looking, because that affects day to day. You take your kids to the park at least 1-2 times a week. That's a day-to-day thing that you do with your kid. Guys, worrying about Diddy is, you should be oblivious to it. Ain't none of us never hung out with this nigga, man. Word. You're worried about it. Literally. He not your homie. So we just gotta shift our focus just a smidge.
Yeah, man, because that's a part of it is distract, right? Yeah. Distraction tactics, right? I'll make you look over here,
but I'm really doing this over here.
Feel me? And so and I think we're getting at least in a time now where it's just like, yo, like we're kind of tired of this shit. Like I'm tired of the games. Like you're not fucking slick. Like I know what you're doing, and you're not gonna fool me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, of course, like a part of what we do here is to bring that up, to bring that awareness, and let y'all know what is really going on in the stories that you should be paying attention to.
Just eye-opening things. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And if your eyes ain't open, you're gonna miss them.
That's it.
And that's how we end up on one accord. Is everybody got to open their eyes, and we got to get behind our people. Word. In scenarios like this. Now, somebody is just wrong. Okay, I get it. Let's not get behind somebody that's wrong, or something or a situation or scenario where our person or our people are actually wrong.
Right.
Let's be honest within this. But something like a white lady calling the kid the N-word. Come on. It's nothing more wrong. It's nothing more wronger. So it's like in my opinion, this is just my opinion. Yeah. And clearly yours too. Any black person that can hear of this, see it, and not really rock with our people behind that, or the kid and his family behind that, and they're looking for a middle ground to it. Like, oh well, maybe the kid did. It don't matter what the kid could have did anything. I don't care. Right. That shouldn't come out of no grown person's mouth to a kid, no matter what color you are.
A child.
Now,
a mental
disability. That should never happen. Is this all I'm saying?
It's nasty work, man.
It just doesn't. It makes no sense. It's not good.
What it's giving, and I think at that point, that's kind of like, something that I think as we continue to build on this conversation, like it's important to make sure that we are featuring at least the understanding that, hey guys, like there are people out here who are trying their best to create trauma in your children. Yeah. So please be careful and watch after your children. And not only that, but also put them in spaces around children that are like them, so that it can be easier for them to simulate and feel safe. Because clearly right now we don't know what people are on. There's a lot of stuff going on emotionally, and like I said, this is not this is not a physical war. This is a psychological war.
That's where we at
right now in America. And you got to be ready and willing to be able to make the necessary adjustments to this shit. Because if not, we only caught up.
Right. Because I just said it. Say it again. If your eyes ain't open, you can't adjust if you can't see, man.
Facts.
That's all. I'll just cut it down. I'll just cut the blind, and that's so stupid. It's just stupid, bro.
Like that's literally what it is. Sometimes we're trying to, we're giving you guys breadcrumbs, right? But we can't give y'all everything.
I can't. I wish I could. I really wish we could. Right. But some of this shit y'all gotta see for yourself, do for yourself. It's just, I feel like at this point in our life, it's just our job. We have taken it as a job to just make people aware of how shit is really going in America. It looks different from 40, 50 years ago, but it's the same feel. These people still feel the same about black people. about us.
Yeah, as your big bros, as your unks, as your
however you look at it.
We here to keep you guys informed and let y'all know what traps to look out for, what to be careful of, so that you guys don't make those same mistakes, right? Because of course we've made some mistakes in our life, and we're not like other content creators who are gonna go around here acting like we Mr. Perfect or that we had it all figured out. Like, nah, we took the L's so that we could come on here and tell y'all what to not do.
How to get the dubs.
There you go. Trying to be able to go in the right direction.
Get your W's.
And of course, within that elevates us too. So please continue to support the homies.
Yeah, because we're not just talking to y'all. We talking to us too. We gotta be on our ones and twos too. We can't, we gotta keep our eyes open too. You gotta live up to. You gotta practice what you preach.
There you go.
You have to. So but yeah, it's sickening. I'm still sick about it.
Yeah,
I can't believe the little boy got tripped on like that. That's wild.
It's a different. We live in a different time, but I think at this point, you know what I'm saying, like, we gotta, like I said, continue to build on this conversation, because this is one that I think we definitely in a lane with this one.
Yeah, this is ongoing. This is ongoing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a nice little vibe for this. Also, be out on the lookout. We got some sports streams we gonna be doing too.
We're gonna get that going. Yeah, forgot about that.
We're gonna be doing a lot of like other content.
Yeah.
So keep a lookout. We're probably gonna be introducing some different
for the sports people.
Exactly.
We got y'all too.
Yeah,
we getting down to the nitty gritty. Yeah. Basketball's going crazy. So yeah.
We got some new things that we about to try and bring to the table. So y'all be out on the lookout for that. Anything you got for the peeps, J Rob, before we dip out?
Nah, man. I'm just, what was the line I said? I think I had a cold line. You can't adjust if your eyes ain't open. Open your eyes, people. Please. That's it. That's all I want. I just open your eyes. That's all I want. Simple.
Yeah, man. So with that, bro, salute to all of y'all. We appreciate the love. Continue to show love. And we out, man. Peace.
Yes, sir.